Forgiveness, it's a very profound act of healing, and it's misunderstood. There's too much rhetoric going around. Forgiving, it doesn't mean condoning what has been done to you or saying it was right and just accepting that it happened. It's you letting go of the power those events or people have over you. It's the choice to not be held hostage by pain, beliefs, or another person's actions. And it's probably extremely difficult to forgive if it keeps happening every day. And true forgiveness, in these moments where you're feeling stuck, it's honestly the only way you'll reclaim your freedom and live fully. You're not going to live to impress flawed people, cruel people, wrathful people, or even the dead people. You are going to live to impress the only person that matters. And anyone's expectations or judgments, they're not your priority. And if now I know you stuck with these people and or you finally just got out of it, these people don't have a hold on you, and usually it happens at home. If you're being honest, a lot of this unforgiveness stems from at home, relationships, peers, maybe even churches. And the first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to forgive your parents. Then you're gonna say, yeah, I've forgiven them, but you really have to forgive your parents. And forgiving them isn't excusing the mistakes they made or the hurts they caused. Whether they neglected you, they applied too much pressure, they gave you advice that destroyed your life or ruined your life. And a lot of the time, parents shape the struggles that children will go through. But that's a thing. Now, you don't have to carry that as much as it can hurt you for the rest of your life. Forgiveness can set you free. Why? Because Exodus 20, verse 12, I know no one wants to hear this. On our parents, that does not mean agree with everything that they are saying. That's not what it's saying. It doesn't mean agree with what they are saying. Because why would you agree with somebody that life isn't what you want to live? When you honor them, you release any resentment you have that could tie you to act like them. And then how will you do this? You're going to do this by recognizing that they are people. Number one, when you start seeing your parents as people, you start to understand why they did what they did, and you can actually live your life. Forgiveness isn't just about being justified, it's about actual liberation. You were the child that was mistreated the most, you were the friend that was neglected the most. And now this goes even further. Now, in the second person you have to forgive, it's your romantic relationships. A lot of the pain currently happening is all of the pain of being with the wrong person. There's a lot of information going around on how to avoid being with the wrong person, and yeah, it could be weighing you down. Listen, it's not easy. It's not easy to forgive and just say, I was mistreated, I need to move on. That's not how pain works. That is not how it works. Pain holds many people prisoners. And it would be wrong for me to say just move on. I've had my fair share of pain. I've had my own things I went through. And it took me a long time. But the only way that I got through it personally, the only way I got through it on a personal level is by I stopped looking for the apology. And this you understand that this person failed you. They failed whatever expectations you had, or you might have been the one that caused it. You failed, right? And your priority is no longer to show that you've moved on or to show that they still hurt you. In Philippians, we see that forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead. If you can forget such a serious pain and not pretending it's not there, but it doesn't matter. Most times, these people move on and they find themselves as another person and they're happy. They don't even remember that they hurt you. This now also stems into forgiving the people that hate you, the people that criticize you. And these people, they will undermine you and they'll hold all this negativity towards you and they lord it over you and saying you can't do this, you can't do that, this is why it happened, this is why it happened, you deserve that. And again, you're not accepting anybody's behavior. But an opinion that doesn't do anything of value, you can always learn from criticism, but an opinion that doesn't do anything of value isn't worth it. Like vengeance, why you don't need to be getting revenge on people. You don't need to be having vengeance towards whatever self-hatred you had for yourself. Growing and changing yourself and improving yourself out of spite. You need to live for things that matter. It's about balance. You're living your life in a way that if you died today, you wouldn't die with regrets. And if you had to do it over again, you wouldn't wish anything changed. You're allowing yourself to move forward without carrying the weight of everything that's been happening around you. You're not surrounding yourself with all this hatred and negativity that clouds your judgment, gives you tunnel vision as if you can't see anything straight. And now this is where the most difficult part comes in, forgiving oneself, and that is extremely difficult. That right there is because you regard yourself as the person responsible for everything that went wrong in your life, everything you didn't say, all the guilt, the shame, all the regrets over the things you've done or not done, the things you missed out on, all because of your mistakes or your pride. You misjudged the situation. You were trying to be right and you were wrong. You had expectations, and you don't have to excuse anything that you did. You don't. You messed up. You did something very bad towards yourself. And it would be disingenuous to say forgive all these people and you're not forgiving yourself. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself. And then you'll ask me, I was like, how do I do it? How do I understand how I'm gonna forgive myself? And just stop being in denial. Stop being in denial. Admit these things. Admit that you like this thing. Admit you don't like this thing. Have an honest relationship with yourself. Your mistakes. Admit that. Run yourself through exactly why you did it. And understand that you did it. You did it with full courage. You did it with all. You did it in such a way it couldn't have been done another way. And you probably did something that shifted you from your purpose drastically. And maybe it's caused damage that will take years and years to heal. Whether it's you damage other people or you damage yourself, you just have to accept that you did it. You can't change anything you've done. It's impossible. And when you accept that it's impossible, and perhaps your situation in life may never improve. It will maybe stay the same. The key is you have to live with it. You have to live knowing that probably the greatest thing that will happen is forgiving. Not letting these things hurt you. You're not dying with a dirty heart. Maybe didn't have the most amazing life, but you're not dying with a dirty heart. You're not sitting there on your final days regretting every single thing. You just let it go. Let it go. You've allowed your experiences to shape you. You're not letting resentment shackle you anymore. You're moving forward. Even if that move forward doesn't look massive, you are still moving forward.